Welcome to another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of everything to do with Disney travel in style. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Braddock. And today, what to pack and wear to Walt Disney World this March 2025.
Yes, March is a big month for Disney vacations. Pretty much the biggest one, I believe, after, let's say, the Christmas period. Or certainly one of them. Maybe Thanksgiving's big too. But it is a big, busy month. And it is also a time of year when things are changing weather-wise.
Well, I tell you, March isn't international. Like Thanksgiving, it's more so just American. March is different countries.
Well, yeah, that's true. We do see, obviously, a lot of Americans are on spring break. A lot of Canadians are on spring break. A lot of Brits are on spring break. And you see them all converge. So it is a busy time of year. But it's also a shoulder season when the weather's changing. So it can be tricky when you try to wonder, what should I pack? What do I need to wear? We're going to help you out with that right now for March 2025. If you are lucky enough to be heading to Walt Disney World. This year, it's actually looking pretty good, I have to say.
Well, I'm excited, especially compared to the weather up north where we are right now.
Yeah, we got hit, as did much of the northeastern U.S., with a ton of snow. I think we had 2 years worth of snow just drop in about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
So we're not complaining about this weather, but let's dive right in. Now, what we give you here is the long-range weather forecast. Of course, things can change and so on and so forth. We always recommend that you get on a local Orlando weather station a day or two before you go and check the weather specifically for your week because, as you know, weather in Orlando changes even day by day. So we're giving you the general outlook, which is actually pretty good in terms of temperature trends. It's the rain here or there that, it's hard to predict. In fact, we noticed in December when we were there most recently, it was raining at our hotel and not where we were. We came back and saw puddles.
It's like, yeah, because I learned a new thing. I think I mentioned this before. Apparently, when it shows you the rain percentage, it's saying it's going to rain in that percent of the area.
That's not actually true. I looked that up.
Are you sure? Because I also looked it up.
Yeah, no, it's percentage chance of precipitation.
But that makes no sense because why is it telling me there's going to be a 20% chance of rain when there's an 80% chance it's not going to rain?
That's just what people want to know.
I have issues with the weather stations.
Anyway.
Why put a cloud over my day to tell me there's a 20% chance of rain?
Is that a pun?
Yes.
Okay. Intended or not intended?
Intended.
Okay.
I don't just...
You don't accidentally pun?
No.
All right, let's go. March 2025. What are we looking at? Daytime high and low trends.
We're looking at some pretty nice daytime weather. I mean, near the beginning of the month, it's a little bit colder, anywhere ranging from 64 degrees to 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's over the whole month, not just the beginning of the month.
Yeah, which is between 18 and 30 degrees Celsius.
That's pretty warm.
That's hot.
30 is hot, yeah.
I don't know. I see 80s and it still feels kind of cool, but then when you put the 30 in Celsius, that is warm enough for me. And the nighttime lows aren't even dropping too much below that, ranging from about 50 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit or from 10 to 22 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it's a bit of a roller coaster in that first week of March in particular, where you're going to see a lot of the lows and highs swinging. Yeah. Then it tends to, these are the long range forecast trends. It looks like it's going to sort of level out into basically upper 70s and low 80s in the day, pretty much for the rest of the month.
I think from my understanding, most spring breaks are not necessarily the first week, more so like the second and third weeks of March. By then, the weather is quite nice.
Yeah, we're going to cautiously, optimistically say that it is looking to be a pretty good March.
I'm excited.
Mostly sunny.
I want to get sunburnt. The UV is not intensely high. It's hovering around like 6, 7, 8 for daytime highs, but comparatively 2 and 3, where it is right now, I'll take it.
And in terms of rain, the good thing is it's not looking like it's going to be a rainy month overall.
No.
However, there are a few days here and there where you may get a spattering of rain. And this is where it's important to check the weather right before you go. But also, like we said, even no matter what the percentage means, the bottom line is, even when you're there, they're isolated storms often.
I stalk the Weather Network.
And that means we were at leaving Beach Club heading to Springs, I think. And we got maybe a drop, but then we got back to the Grand Floridian and there was like torrential puddles. It had clearly poured there and we didn't see any of that at Springs. So, depending where you are, it's kind of the luck of the draw. But all in all, looks like a good warm month and not even that cold at night. So, what does that mean for what you should pack and what you should wear?
I mean, I still think it's good to have a bit of diversity in wardrobe, especially at this time of year. It can change.
And I think it comes down to really knowing yourself. So, for example, we're heading that second week this March. Now, for me, when I see this weather, I'm not packing any cold stuff at all. So I'm shorts, t-shirts, button-up, short-sleeve shirts type of thing. Maybe a super light jacket just because I wear that to the airport here. These temperatures for me, I can handle I wouldn't even call it cold. I mean, nighttime lows in the 60s, basically. That's not bad at all. It feels colder sometimes if it's windy, but if you're susceptible to cold, sure, maybe bring track pants or leggings or whatever you wear.
For me, I'm always going to bring a pair of leggings and a pair of jeans, a sweatshirt, and a hoodie any time of the year. I will bring all those in August.
Yeah, you do. So if you're one of those people, then it's easy. But
first of all, Disney buses air conditioning, frigid. Okay, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. I can wear a hoodie between 32 and 90 degrees. Okay.
So the bottom line is pack for warm, sunny Florida weather, because that's basically what you're going to get certainly from the second week onward through the rest of the month. Now, packing for weather is not the only thing we pack for. There are also other considerations, and we're talking about events and things that are happening, that you may want to consider packing for.
March is not a bad time for events at Disney World. The big thing most people are getting excited for, the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, is kicking off on March 5th, and that will run all the way through the month and beyond. Lots going on here, lots to dress for, lots of different events that Epcot's setting up with this.
Yeah, and I would say, despite the name, this is as much a food and drink festival these days as it is Flower and Garden.
And that's great. That's what I come for. I come to eat.
Yeah. And what does that mean for packing? Obviously, your themes, you can run wild here. Flowers, florals, gardening, landscaping, eating, drinking, butterflies, whatever you want. Any kind of clothes that fit the theme, definitely wear them. Bonus points if it's got a subtle Disney theme to it. We have a bunch of those things in the shop in our Flower and Garden collection, by chance. Yes. So really, definitely consider that when you're packing. It's a super fun festival to go to. Lots to do for kids and adults alike. Eating, drinking, little games and things that go on in the park. So definitely fun to walk around World Showcase for Flower and Garden.
And for me, I like to consider March and specifically spring break the kickoff to pre-summer. Usually by the time we're back from March break, it is spring or it's right around the beginning of spring. So that's when I'm pulling out all the sundresses, all like the cute orison t-shirts and more summery things that have been put away for 6 months.
And this year's weather is good.
They're all back out. They are all here.
Another thing I just want to add before I forget.
The whites. It's no longer after Labor Day. It's before Labor Day.
I
don't wait till May. I don't wait.
Although I do like white t-shirts mostly. But the Garden Rocks concerts also happen at the Flower and Garden Festival. So if you've got any retro concert t-shirts, some of those bands may actually be playing. So it's also fair game to pull out your old rock concert t-shirts and wear those. They'll fit right into the vibe.
It's a very exciting time.
Now, it's not the only thing. We're missing this year, but we have been there for this, and it is super fun and worth packing for.
Yes, if you're heading the third week of March, you will be hitting smack dab in the middle of St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, we leave the day before it, but what can you do?
Disney's got a lot that they do to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Which is Monday, March 17th this year.
It's always March 17th, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's always not a Monday. I guess it's moving day by day now, right? So we're going to miss it for a few years.
Well, no, because
we hit it usually.
It just depends when they put the break.
If it's we've hit it on a Friday, we've hit it on a Saturday. You know how the calendar moves and then the leap year messes it up?
Yes, the calendar moves well.
Yes.
No, I didn't know that actually.
The numbers and days move. Anyway.
Wow.
This is a super fun time. Most of the stuff tends to take place at Disney Springs. There's lots of drinks and food and people dressed up and all sorts of stuff. Special merch you can buy, of course, just as there is with Flower and Garden.
I've had fun stuff at Hollywood happen before, too.
Yeah, Hollywood is, I think, among the parks, the biggest park for
St.
Patrick's Day. But even the resorts, they'll have special stuff, even if it's just a special muffin in the quick service. Not muffin, but cupcake in the quick service.
Oh, yeah. Contempts has a special little
Contempo
cupcakes.
Cafe always features something. But really fun time to go. I'm sure there'll be a foodie guide for it. We haven't even seen, as we're recording this, the Flower and Garden foodie guide yet. I mean, Disney is way behind on this
You were anxiously awaiting.
Stuff. Yeah, let's go, people.
I'm convinced it's out somewhere, and we've just missed it.
No, it's not, but it should come out before the festival starts.
You'd think. Or you just go in blind.
Yeah.
Hey, what does this country have?
Anyway.
What have we got over here?
The bottom line is, as far as marches go, because we've had some good ones, some not so good. I've pretty much gone every single march since Walt Disney World opened, only missed one or two. And this is one of the better ones, at least at this point. So that's a good thing to know. We're bringing you good news if you're heading there in March. Pack accordingly. And have a great time. I'm sure you will. So thanks for listening. As always, follow along on social media at 1923 Main Street. Visit the shop at 1923mainstreet.com. We will see you again next week and have a magical day.
Bye-bye.